Hi, this is section 2.3, the reflection. Question 1. In which ways are your perspectives similar and or different? I think we share different perspectives when it comes to the causes of feminicides, since in the text that I wrote, my main focus was that the cause of feminicides was sexism, and with all of this, it's obviously it has to do with patriarchy. And I think the difference is from the person that I interviewed is that the causes that they think have to do with feminicides. But overall, in my opinion, there's a certain similitude that can be shared, and I think that's because of the topic. There's not much to be against about. There's, at least in my opinion, there's not a whole abroad of space for there to be a negative opinion or a contrary opinion. Second one, did your perspective on the topic expand, change, or become richer after interacting with others? My perspective differently expanded more. It became richer from the investigating for the text and as well from the interview I did. I realized that there can be more of a extensive opinion on this type of topics, and not necessarily do they have to be similar or have to have the same opinions as me. Which role does culture play in having different perspectives on an issue? Well, I definitely think that culture has a really big standing point in this type of perspectives, because someone that lives or that grew up in Europe will not have the same perspective as someone who grew up in Mexico, because the culture, that can be the social culture, how they are, the values and the morals they are taught as children, and even the language can change all these different identities and can make such a different perspective on the issue. So I think role plays a, the role of culture plays is a very important part in the creation and in the formation of someone and their perspective, or of, in this case, feminicides, and in any other issue that has to do with feminism. 4. Based on the different perspectives you explored, why is it relevant to be empathetic towards other perspectives? Perhaps it is important to be empathetic towards others' perspectives because of the different stories they might hold, of the different reasons that they might feel or think a certain way. Everyone thinks a certain way and has a reason for it. So I think that's why it is relevant, or even more so relevant, it is important to have all of these points of view in mind and for them to be known. How does the analysis and understanding of multiple perspectives on the topic have an impact on global level? I think because, as I said so before, we can all have different opinions about something, and that all has to do with the education we grew up with the morals someone taught us, and the values we have as a person. So globally, I think it's relevant, and I think the analysis of it has to do a lot with the person we all as a whole globally are. Since it also makes us the human we are at the moment, and I mean, globally, it will be so much extends to create connections with other people that either share the same perspective or not. So globally, it is important because of the cultural backgrounds we have, because everyone has different cultural backgrounds, and as a consequence, everyone will have different perspectives or opinions or beliefs about a certain topic. Not always do they have to have the same beliefs and the same perspectives and the same opinions. It's a very diverse world, so it makes sense for there to be different opinions globally. What were some challenges you faced for better understanding others' points of view? I think it was probably the age difference, since at least in my perspective, my generation has a much different opinion than a generation from the 80s or from the 90s or from the 70s. So I think the biggest challenge that I faced here was the adaptation, getting adapted to some type of opinion that I know they have because of the cultural backgrounds and of the morals they were taught in their generation, in their year, in their time. So yes, challenge was the year difference, the age difference, and the cultural difference as well. Thank you so much. Goodbye.